Well, greetings and salutations. Went to bed early last night and got me up early. Well, I had the dogs in the room tonight. I don't always let them in the bedroom. And one of them has an irritation, Ginger, and she's always scratching at herself, and that's very distracting. Anyway, like the title of the show, I don't know where to start on this one. Today is the day of New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. And obviously, Barry did a show. And again, as the title says, I don't know where to start on this one. Um, God, there was so many elements in his show that I couldn't keep track of. The buffoonery. People are, first of all, he calls my girlfriend a liar, because she was on a witness stand. Oh my God. Oh, by the way, I'm going to tell you guys something funny before I actually go on here. Gilda's ex, they had to pick up some variety of seafood over here and visit relatives. And he had to drive his cousin's vehicle. And a lot of the family, her cousins and everything, were visiting Madre Deos. So they came by today. Yeah, I shook hands with her ex, Jimmy. We talked. Me and Jimmy are on good terms. And it's like people are thinking that, oh, Jimmy's going to take the house, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. No, he's in no position to do that. Jimmy doesn't give a fuck. He's a, he's actually a good guy. And for the first time, I actually got to meet him, and this guy has no ill intent whatsoever. And it was a rare moment. Shook hands, we talked. He doesn't give a fuck about anything, you know. My girlfriend didn't talk to him, except he did see her for the first time in like 9 years. He was a totally cool guy. The guy is absolutely grateful and said it that I'm taking good care of the kids, two kids that live here, recognizes that, the kids are pretty tight with me and all that stuff. And it's actually the first time I've actually met him in person. The first time I met him in person. They had to go to Madre Deos. Then they went over to the cliff and some of the kids went swimming and his family was here. Actually, a whole shitload of cousins. Boy, does she have a big family. Of course, he didn't want to come in the house. He was a little, said he was shy. No, he's a good guy, actually. And he has no problems with me whatsoever, and I have no problems with him. That's been established. So let's get that out of the way. I wanted to mention that. I didn't have to, but I wanted to mention that. Oh, yeah. Jimmy wants to take the house. He wants to do this. Jimmy ain't doing shit. Jimmy is going on 73. He doesn't give a fuck. Just to let people know. Yeah, I actually met him for the first time in the flesh yesterday. So he has no interest in the house. He has no interest in any of that. Let me move on with this. Okay. Barry did a show overnight, and I don't think that guy even sleeps. I'm up extra early this morning because I actually went to bed extra early. Got my wonderful 6 hours of sleep in. That's about my average. It's about my average. Okay, where do I start with this? It's very difficult. Oh, Stefan Lowe. Oh, God, is he, Stefan? Oh, my God. No, I don't understand Portuguese. No. Wow, where do I start? How old is this guy? He's 50 years old, and here's what I took out of this live stream he put on. I wasn't going to do anything over the holiday, but no, I'm in a good mood, and I want to do a little sharing on my thoughts overall on this whole shit. Uh, I'm sure you're all looking forward to Popeye's show. Hello, Robert. Are you going to do a double whammy? You're going to simulcast me, then do a Christmas show? That's okay. But, you don't need my permission. First of all, he calls my girlfriend a liar. Let me make you understand something here. You're trying to get on the good side of somebody. You don't keep on knocking him. I mean, this is why he is where he's at. He wants me to go easy on him somehow. How could that possibly happen even if I wanted to? I mean, I think you all understand that pretty much. He's really delusional that he cannot understand that no one will send him. He's frustrated. Nobody wants to send him money because of his. It's like the boy who cried wolf. This is exactly the story. It's exactly. Good morning. This is exactly the story. Nobody wants to give him money because nobody can trust this guy. And he has the historical record to prove that. He doesn't want to help himself. He talks about getting bail, but nobody's going to give him money unless he could present paperwork that he's applied for bail. And first of all, there's a whole system you have to go through. You got to go to the regional trial court and make a request from the judge to begin with. It's a highly technical thing. I mean, it's not outlandish, but it's a little bit technical. And people are not going to send him money because he says he's going to use it for bail. They want to see that he has an application for bail or whatever. But it has to go through the regional trial court in Toledo in order to do that. Okay? And nobody trusts him with money. They know his history and how he fucked people over with money. Nobody wants to trust him with their money, and you can't blame these people. I don't care who they are, trolls or just whatever. I mean, supporters of him, it don't matter. Nobody trusts him with money because they know his history. Yeah, he's a con man. He's always been. So let's begin. His viewers, whether they're pro me or pro whatever, they were trying to give him some solid advice. He doesn't want to take anybody's advice. He's suddenly a law professor. He won't take even his lawyer's advice. And he expects people to help him financially. It's like he's making people try to feel guilty that they're not giving him money. Guilty for what? You don't slam your viewers and expect them to donate to you. And then, of course, keep it in mind that you scammed people before. Or you always promise you're going to give money back to people. Nobody in their right mind would ever believe that. Nobody in their right mind would believe that. No one. And he's yelling at his fucking viewers and commenters. And the comments I see, boy, they are really against him, that nobody trusts this guy. They think he's dumb as hell. And he just doesn't get it. His mind doesn't work properly. I've seen many comments where people were trying to give him good advice. And some of it was good advice. But the other thing is, as we go down the line of his stupidity, how would he expect me to be cooperative with him in any form or way, whether by slight or whatever, if he's constantly downing me? Still say I got erectile dysfunction. His brain is just not working. It's like you're dealing with somebody who's, if you didn't know any better, I don't need any disclaimer on this. If you didn't know any better, you'd think the guy had some form of Down syndrome or something. His brain just doesn't click. And people were trying to, in their own way, help him out by saying, look, the way I see this is that if you did this and did that right, maybe you'd have your freedom somehow, some way. But he won't listen. He just doesn't want to listen. Nobody is going to help this guy other than a $2 bill somewhere. And that's being generous. You have an attorney because you're on trial. And even something he posts on his community page, a listing about this and that, he does admit that, cyber libel is a serious crime in the Philippines here. He doesn't want to see it as that. All he knows is he wants out of the cell, and he's yelling at people saying, it's your responsibility to get me out of this situation. I think he's got brain worm or something, Raining Cats and Dogs says. Perhaps, I don't know. Maybe parasites have hit his brain. And if you didn't know this guy and you just turned in, you would not know he was 50 years old. Going to turn 51 in a matter of, I forgot, in June or something. You wouldn't know what age he was. You would think he had some kind of Down syndrome or something. I mean, I'm listening to this, and I'm like, not in disbelief, because I know his capabilities are incapabilities. But, I'm listening to his show. And normally, my girlfriend would just listen, and maybe we might talk about it, but even she got to a point and said, that she's convinced that there's something terribly wrong with him because everything she heard. You got to understand, we listen to his shows together, and we get a good laugh from it. She's always listened to his shows. That's why she was able to be on the witness stand. Of course she does. I sit in my bed with her and, okay, let's tune in. It's Barry time. Like when everybody used to sit around and listen to the radio before there was television. Okay, it's the Barry hour, Let's listen to the buffoonery he's going to put on his show this time. If I only had a brain. If I only had a brain. Oh my God. If he had a brain, he would be bouncing around the street like a fucking basketball. Listen to what he said on his last. It's not much different than any of his other shows, but I think it's getting worse with him. He's frustrated as hell. He's frustrated as hell. Hell's bells. You put yourself there. Stop trying to throw the blame. And I don't know what you were taught, but If you want to get things and people to cooperate with you, you got to be nice to people. You're constantly pounding your audience, your commenters, your followers. You don't say anything nice about them. If they say something to try to help you, oh, I'm going to knock you away. I'm going to put you on timeout and or block you or something. How the hell do you figure that you're doing something good for yourself? And that's inclusive of me. He wants me to come to some fucking compromise or something. Why would I do that? When every show, he's knocking me as he normally does. And he expects me to show some kind of leniency on him? That ain't going to happen. Look, I'm just going to tell you something now, son. You know what you need to do. You coerced your girlfriend. Even your viewers are saying it. They've heard the recording. My lawyer has the recording. And the Bureau of Immigration has that recording. Did you hear what I said? I'll say it again, because it's hard to get through to your thick skull. They have the recording. If it doesn't work on a Board of Inquiry level, then we'll go to the second level, Court of Appeals. They'll put two and two together. I think they're capable of doing that, the immigration. I think they're capable of, and this all stuff is coming to court too, anyway. This all is coming to court too. How you coerced her. You said it. It was your own words. If they had to analyze the goddamn clip, they know it was you. What you did was wrong involving your girlfriend with this. You can't understand that you can put her in some kind of legal jeopardy. Remember, technically what she did was to harbor you. Technically what she did was to aid and abet you. And don't tell me that she did not know you were an overstayer. I don't buy it. Neither of my viewers or your own viewers will buy that. You even said in one show, going back a little bit, that's where I was hiding out. Until Frank got his lawyer and got the Bureau of Immigration to come over here and arrest me. People don't forget your words. I don't forget your words. He really gives Westerners certainly bad name. Rating Cats and Dogs, her case is revenge, pure and simple, and that's what we're trying to prove. And that's not going to fare well on her. If it's deemed that she was harboring, aiding, and abetting, and then she's perjuring herself on a fucking false fucking report. I can't read you all that stuff that my lawyer wrote. He's real easy to want to read things that shouldn't even be out. You remember that charge sheet, guys, that he put out? As mentioned by my lawyer to Board of Inquiries, that was something he had no right doing before my own lawyer and myself got a copy of that. He was already on YouTube posting it out there, and you can't do that. And the court will recognize that. You can't do that. It's not for him to put out on YouTube, social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, whatever. And no, the police were not here for me, Barry. They were to take a report on what's going on. All this has been turned over to my attorney. Why do you make things worse for yourself? You know something? The way it works is that even if you were not behind this little rice caper, they're going to look at it this way. Who has reason and intent to do something like that? A layman's version of it. Who would have the motivation to do something like that? All fingers would point to you Am I being logical with this, folks? And if I'm not, please tell me. Please tell me. Do you understand my logic on there and how illegal a court or whatever would see this as all fingers points to this goober? You know, if he loved this woman, number one, man, you know what I'm saying? Is that he wouldn't involve her. She's a tool to him. That's all she is. If another chick came by somewhere and he was free, he'd be leaving her like a fucking hot potato. He just happens to need her now. And that's sad for her. That's very sad for her. It really is. Not that she's my favorite person at this point. But I don't hate the woman. I don't even hate her that she, put this report on me because I know Barry has something to do with it. As he even said, he coerced her and other people to do this case. Everybody's heard the audio clip. I'm sure you're up to date on that. This guy absolutely has no fucking working brain matter. He's so angered by his situation. He's so angered by his life. It just hasn't gone away from all the way back from being in the States growing up. Things didn't work out right for him. He admitted his father did some dastardly stuff with him, and I'm sure that has affected him. But, grow up. You're an adult now. Get over it. I know that's hard. And that's just making him with a horrible attitude. And you know what? To a degree, man, look, I understand that. I understand that. I absolutely understand that. That affects you the rest of your life. And I don't have to be a goddamn psychologist to make that statement. That does affect the rest of your life. But it's up to you to get over, a situation like that and move on with your life and do good for yourself. Do good for people. Did you hear what he's saying about the animals again? This guy is unbelievable. That's why I said I don't know where to start on this show. I ain't gonna give no food to some mangy old dog. What's wrong with you, man? You are such a heartless piece of shit. I would give half my plate to a fucking dog. And I'll tell you what, when I went to events out on the beach, there were beach parties, anniversaries, all kinds of shit. We've attended a whole lot of different functions. And of course, near the beach, there was always a lot of what you call mangy dogs or skinny dogs. I would always try to sneak these dogs some of my meal. Maybe the person giving the party had to put out that money. Maybe you wouldn't like that idea. But there's certain things I couldn't eat. I wasn't going to waste it. Come on, you have this poor dog looking at you with their big brown eyes. They're sitting there, even putting their paw on you. Come on, you're not going to help this dog out. Even recently, when I went to a little Zumba function thing, they had a party the other day at the beach, and there was one particularly really skinny dog. How could you not do something? Oh yeah, I would throw hot water on him. What is wrong with this guy? I mean, there are so many things on so many levels that's wrong with this guy. He's evil. He's heartless. He has no conscience at all. Rating Cats, man's best friends aren't safe around about the crazed abuse. Yeah. Man, I do that all the time. That's how I judge people. And you know what? I would never date a woman either that wasn't an animal lover. She loves dogs. That's why we have two. And the one we have is a rescue. One of them. That she kind of rescued while I was actually in Hawaii. A very loving dog. How would you want to harm an animal? How? An animal that can't help itself. You selfish, crazed bastard. What is wrong with that brain of yours? Did you fall out of... Oh, that's right, you did. Well, somebody... We haven't established yet because you changed your mind. It was a baseball bat, it was a rock, it was a beer bottle. Which was it that somebody hit you on that head? Apparently, it didn't hit you hard enough. As far as I'm concerned, they didn't hit you hard enough, bro. They did not hit you hard enough for my liking. I don't know who did that, but I'm sure they fucking had a reason. Now you got the scar for the rest of your life to show it. You can't keep your story straight. He is a product of his upbringing. He certainly is, apparently. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can't hold it again. Well, it's a horrible thing. I'm in agreement with you on that point. Anyway, it's a horrible thing to have although he could have made up that story for sympathy too, because you know what he does. He could have made that story up for sympathy. Feel sorry for me. I was abused as a kid. Well, you know, the truth is that most people don't talk about it. Most people don't want to talk about it. They're too embarrassed to talk about it that they got boned up the ass by their father, you know. I mean, not many people would want to talk about it. So I don't even totally believe that. I mean, I don't believe anything he says. How many lies come out of one show with this guy? You can sit there and count them. Literally, you can sit down there and count them. How many lies? Stephen says, remember all those who do not donate to Barry. He will not back you up in a fist fight in a bar. Yeah, I heard that. Joe Bean says he totally lost it on his show. Yeah, I heard. I did get to hear it. I even put in a few comments on there. He wants people to help him, but he doesn't deserve it. He's attacking the very people, even the people that helped him in the past. Even Popeye came on there and made a few comments. That CW and who else had given you a lot, and PA Trucker had given you a lot of money. And what did he do with it? He never used the money where it's supposed to be. I mean, the fact is, how do you feel? How do or does anybody want to feel sorry for this guy? And he wants me to cut a deal with him. Why? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? When he's constantly insulting me, defaming me, on the same note that he's trying to negotiate, or that doesn't make any sense. But then that's the whole point. The whole point is that he doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. He's his own worst enemy. It's unbelievable. People have been giving him money for 7 years. Enough is enough. Grow up. He's never going to grow up. By his age, he's a man, but his mind is of a child. If he can't get his way, he has a tantrum. And boy, has he been having tantrums on his show. There's a lot of elements on his show, too. I'm trying to remember all of them. There were so many of them. He knows he's responsible, and he keeps on denying it. I love when he says that he never lies. Oh, that's like the best ever. That's all he's ever done to his viewers and to himself. He calls my girlfriend a liar. Why, because she told the truth to understand? I remember in the past he said she never listens to his shows. How would he know that? Then he gets into the insults again. I got a small dick, erectile dysfunction. This is why when he's trying to appease me, to, you know, do some kind of cooperation with him or some kind of deal, why would I do that? See, in real life, dear Barry, you know, you approach people in a certain way. Whether you're the businessman trying to cut a deal for your corporation, you're going to have manners when you come to an office meeting to negotiate a deal. You're not going to go in somebody's office, you're trying to get a big contract, and you're going to insult the very person that could make or break your business by signing a contract. You do the opposite. Your idea is it's my way or the highway. You're not in that position for my way or the highway. I'm in that position. Keep that in mind. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. Stefan says, the absolute best was when he just said the guy who gave him the money to put the case against you wanted it back and he gave it back. Yeah, we believe that. We believe anything you say. He's caught in so many lies that he doesn't realize how obvious he is, because he's so good at lying that he thinks his audience is a bunch of idiots. You might have a few idiots out there, I'm sure, but people are not that stupid, Barry. You do not insult the very people that you want to help. And when they don't, you get mad at them. Get off my show. I should just take you all off here. Maybe there's some people that just don't believe in your cause. Maybe there's some people that maybe don't have the money. It's the holidays. Maybe they just don't like you. Maybe you are just some wacky entertainment to them. There's a lot of reasons why people don't give you money. Because it's like the boy who cried wolf, and people don't trust you. They don't trust him. And for good reason. Because his track record proves. Okay, Stefan said he don't have a laptop. He showed his laptop when he played the music. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. What you talking about, Willis? This is what I'm talking about, Willis. I don't know if this guy is capable of ever telling the truth about anything. He's got a laptop, and how do you think he does all this shit? I mean, how do you think he plays games and then is on his phone at the same time? I don't know how he would do that otherwise. I really don't know. I can't multifunction when I'm doing a live show on here. I wouldn't know how to do it. How could I be on my phone and play games at the same time? And he's showing the screen of his laptop, and he lied to you about that. So, well, let's put it this way. What hasn't he lied to you about? What hasn't he lied to you about? You know, the years he's been on YouTube, he's never told one iota of truth. He knows what he... Yes, I do have a certain say in this matter. You got to understand, I don't have to take his guilty plea. I don't have to take that. I have to agree to that, me and my attorney. He doesn't understand that. Yes, I do have power on that. I don't have to accept his guilty plea. Then it goes to the judge. He could grant whatever he wants. But if me and my attorney, or filing a motion or whatever, saying that, no, we're not going to agree to his guilty plea. It's fine what my wants are. He seems to forget that. Stephen says he says he only needs 10 people to send him 500 each. Oh, is that only what you need? He need a lot more than that, bro. Oh, yeah, everybody is going to take out $500 of their hard-earned money, or their family money, or their food money from their family to help a fucking liar like you out, who always promised, excuse me, had a glip. Then he admitted that, I'm sorry, I know I said I would pay you back and I didn't. I'm sorry about that. Nobody believes you, Barry. Now, it's not Christmas Day here, so I don't feel too guilty about doing a show here. This is the day of Christmas Eve. And I'm going to say one very important thing here. And please get it through your numbskull, because I just have to be blunt with you. And even being blunt with you doesn't sink in. All right, I'll have to move back in my other position because I don't want this disconnect to go on here. What do I smell? Is that Biko? Bika? Yeah. Oh, that's what I saw. Oh, you're making a big bowl. Look at this stuff, guys. Bika. Now, I don't eat that stuff, but look at this, huh? Wow, that's a big bowl of that stuff, huh? Bika. Wow. Yeah, it's not to my taste, but... Okay, so Barry, I'm going to try to talk to you on an elementary level, if that even gets through to you. Understand something. To get what you want in life, you have to be nice to somebody. You have to be willing to make some kind of a compromise in your situation. And let's remind you of your situation. 20 months now, official, 20 months and more. You're not going anywhere soon. And your bail would never be approved, but you see, you got to understand something. You have to make application. You got to file for it. You got to go to the regional trial court, and you got to ask for bail. Okay? And the way it works is that anyone could put in for bail. You could even post bail. But it doesn't mean that you are going to get the bail. That's number one. Number two, without using better words, you're a flight risk. Because of the fact that you have eluded the Board of Immigration for 7 years, it would not be to the court's advantage to allow you bail because they think you're going to run again. Man, you got so many things going against you, but guess what? You did it all to yourself. Judge Kubota says, does he know it's closed until the 21st of January? I don't know. So I'm sitting here, I listen to his show, and I don't always capture his whole. I mean, I don't stay up late at night. Remember, I'm an old man. This guy is up at sometimes, many times, 2 o'clock in the morning putting on a show. Does he ever sleep? Or is he that stressed and frustrated that he can't even fucking sleep? Boy, that's an obsession. He can't even sleep. It's guilt. It's eating at him like fucking acid. It's guilt. I'm going to come right out and say it. I don't know how any fucking woman would be interested in you. You don't possess any qualities of being a mate to anyone, a serious mate. You are so full of flaws, so full of faults. The kind of guy that would hurt animals, the guy who talks only crap to people and lies to people so much. Who wants to be around you? Who wants to trust you? Nobody. The boy who cried wolf. Classic example. Nobody believes you because, again, of your track record. Nobody. Nobody will ever believe you. Nobody will ever get their money back. Oh, yeah, he had a donator. Oh, so he took it back. He's so fucking full of lies and full of shit. Oh, yeah, somebody donated him the money, but it had to be to put a case on me. And then he's deciding, no, no, no. Okay, be for my bail, but the guy took his money back. Nobody gave him any money. Nobody. He's fucked over everybody. CW, Pennsylvania trucker, he's fucked over everybody. People that were trying to either help him out or be nice to him, but then they all decided this is bullshit. And after listening to him and his attitude, it's his fucking attitude. Really negative attitude. So full of himself. Nobody wants to trust him. Now, on some level, you might think that some people are supporting him, but they're not. It's pure entertainment for them. That's all it is. They know he's a wash-up. He'd never been and never... Oh, then he's talking about, I never took photography. He's telling me the size of my dick. He's telling me I have erectile dysfunction. He's telling me I don't get laid. He's telling me I never went to college and I never took photography. So how did he become such an expert on me? He's jealous of the fact that I have made some accomplishments in my life. He don't even come close to make, well, he's never done any. What accomplishments has he made in his life? Accomplishments of his little chicanery, his little deceit of people, taking people's money and girlfriends' money. That's his accomplishments. He's got a rap sheet. He's got a fucking rap sheet, a page long. Criminal vehicular offenses, child support arrears, bench warrants, and the lives of all the women that he destroyed from when he first got into this country. And he's going to sit there on his supposed velvet throne and dictate what he wants and what he wants from people or what he thinks he deserves. It's not going to happen. The sooner you face the reality that you're going down. And your mouth is what gets you into trouble. How do you try to negotiate with me if you're constantly going to down me and telling me I got erectile dysfunction, I'm a pedophile, I got a small dick, I'm not getting laid, this or that, and you're knocking my girlfriend for having her children? Why would I want to be, he says, with a woman who has so many children? Well, why not? I'm not raising them all, 2 of them. It don't matter, even if I was. It's none of your fucking business, goober. You're saying also I don't have compassion. Really? What have you done in an act of compassion in your life? You talk about wanting to throw hot water on dogs. So you'd rather sit there with a dog, a starving dog, looking at you, begging for food, where one meal could get him to the next day, and you're going to sit there with your fucking meal and gum down your food because you have no fucking teeth. And hopefully maybe you'll choke on your food some fucking day. And you're going to look that poor dog in the eye and say, get the fuck away from here, you mangy piece of shit animal. Or throw something at him. What kind of a person are you, man? You're doing all right for an old man. I'm not an old man. What kind of a person are you? What woman wants to be with you other than what you have? And for whatever fucking reason that is, I'm still dumbfounded, but we won't get into that. I've already discussed that. Lies about everything. If you were some sterling character, then your girlfriend would be honest with her family. You know, as it stands, she says that he said in front of her. That the only people that know that he's in jail is her brother and a couple of her sisters. What about the father that he talks about all the time? His good buddy. I love that guy. The guy don't speak a word of fucking English. So he don't know what the fuck you're talking about when you talk to him. Then you're on that beach scene. They're both inebriated. You remember that beach scene? And she's laughing in the background. They're walking up and down the beach. And he's all hunched over. And he's got his arms around her father. They were both drinking, apparently. Well, it was pretty obvious. Oh, that guy loves me. That guy loves me. The guy doesn't know anything about you. He doesn't know you're in jail. And the rest of her family doesn't know you're in jail. Why is that, Barry? It's called saving face. Your girlfriend wants to save face of the family. Her friends and acquaintances and neighbors don't know the truth. They don't know the truth because you're hiding it. You're hiding it. What are you hiding it for? Unless you know he's guilty. What are you hiding for, girl? Unless you know he's a piece of shit. You're embarrassed to have him as a fucking boyfriend, but yet you stay with him. You won't tell the rest of your fucking family. You won't say that. You don't want to tell them the truth. You're too embarrassed. Well, if you're really embarrassed of him, doesn't that say something? That this is not the man for you, that you have to hide the truth from your family? That the guy's in fucking jail for immigration? He's got 5 cases of cyber libel and might go to jail? And what future do you see from this man? I'm just going to come right out with it. What fucking future do you see with this man? What's wrong with you, girl? Seriously. What is wrong with you? What hold does he have on you? What is it? Inquiring minds would like to know. We should be so lucky, yeah. Oh, I get you. Oh, we all know this is just an abuser of everything. He's just an abuser of everything. He's an abuser of everything around him. Animals, people. He can't possibly ever tell the truth. Ever. Ever. An actual chronic liar by definition. How do you get through life that way? You're over 50 years old now, Barry. You're over 50 years old, Mr. Jordan. You act like a fucking prepubescent retard. That's a fact. As demonstrated and is heard and experienced by all of us that have been listening to your sorry ass for how many years, Barry? You were one messed up individual, man. You were messed up in every way humanly possible. Physically, mentally, morally. Oh, and he's talking about sometimes moral compass. You don't have an idea what moral compass is because you don't have moral compass. Judge Kubota says he wants people to help him. Yet, what has he done for anyone in his life? Exactly. He's not done anything for anybody, not even an animal. I could walk around with a damn good conscience, man, because I know I've done good for people in my life and not just in the Philippines. And I'm willing to help a starving animal that comes in front of me. I can't help them all, obviously, folks. You know that. There's too many of them. But his idea, if an animal comes up to him, I don't want that mangy dog to come up to me. I ain't going to give him shit. I'm not going to give him anything in my meal. Fuck that shit. You have no heart, Barry. You have no soul. You're a fucking fuck up, man. I would gladly even give my whole fucking plate of food to a dog if I had to. In fact, I've given many times at least half my plate to some dogs, and I went to some people's outings, and I've been to many. Yes, I do socialize, Barry. You're trying to find every single fault with me when there really isn't. And certainly in comparison to you, you're trying to find fault with somebody. I'm not saying I'm totally without fault in my life, but you're making up shit to make yourself feel better about yourself. That's pretty sad. I'm not perfect, but let me tell you something. You're completely the opposite. I've done stupid things in my life. I absolutely have. But not anywhere in comparison to you. Your whole life has been a fuck up. And you want people to help you? Give me a reason why people should help you. Tell everybody. Put on a show and give the reasons why people should help you. What you did to deserve their help. Morally, financially, anyway. Why should anybody open up their wallet to you? A man that has lied even to his generosity, to the generosity of people who have helped you before. And then you shit on them. You squat on their face and you open your ass cheeks and you shit on their face after these people have helped you. That's what you do. Yeah, what has he done for anybody in his life? You're right. Barry, I don't feel sorry for you. There is no compassion for you. I personally don't care what the judge does with you. I seriously hope that you at least get a couple of years to figure things out. I'm hoping. And as I said, if I was a praying man, I'd become a praying mantis like you. God doesn't want to hear from you. Even God, if there is one, doesn't trust you. You got an RSVP to fucking hell when you croak, dude. You do. Pardon me. And you're so rude with your burping, man. Imagine meeting people and all you're doing is burping. They don't want to hear you fucking burping. Go get it fucking checked. You got another problem. What woman would want to tolerate your farting and burping? You're disgusting. You're despicable. You're a lowlife. Cyber libel, cyber libel. Put it on paper. Because I'm just telling the truth. There's a difference between saying something about somebody that's not true and saying something about somebody that is true. There's a big difference in the court system. Big difference. And everything I've said about you is true. It can be backed up in a court of law. Everything. Stephen says, I'd rather buy food for a stray dog than give Barry any money. Guy has no heart, no soul. I could truly say I've never encountered anybody like him, ever. And he's going out of his monkey-ass mind. He's losing it. He's raising his voice to people on his show. They could hear him all the way downstairs when he does the show. And he's not supposed to be. Again? He thinks he's above the fucking law, and that's why he's in his position he's in. He's even using his fucking phone to put shows on YouTube. To do the same fucking thing. The idiot don't understand he's doing the same fucking thing that got him in that place. That's how fucking hillbilly stupid he is. You are a backwoods fucking hillbilly, illiterate. And what was he calling me illiterate? That was funny. He was calling me illiterate? Dude, I got 7 years of college in, bro. It don't matter whether or not I'm working in a certain profession that I studied. Dude, I went to New York Tech, which is not an easy school to get in. Then I went to New York Institute, School of Visual Arts, which is a prestigious art school. And a lot of famous people have come out of that school. And yes, I did graduate. Yes, I do have a bachelor's degree. You didn't even finish high school. Now, whether or not I continue to work in my profession don't make any difference. I had the ability to read a book. I had the ability to comprehend what I was studying. I had that ability to pass all my credits and to achieve. It wasn't given to me on a platter. You do not get a college degree unless you earn it. You had to have read a book or two. You had to have studied and had the capacity to study and comprehend what you're reading. It don't matter whether or not he talks about my photography. He's saying I didn't do my photography. Okay, Barry, I didn't do my photography. If it makes you feel better. I've been published like 16 times. 2 bodies of work in the New York Historical Society. That's an accomplishment. And yes, Bill Gates and his foundation, they have an art foundation. His foundation, his gallery, did buy 7 photographs of mine. That was the truth. Bill Gates, over in Redmond, Washington, where I lived in Washington. Bill Gates, yes, he did. He absolutely did. And I was paid for it. I was paid for it. What did you accomplish? What did you accomplish? Name one fucking thing that you have accomplished in your sick, sad life. Name one fucking thing. Chris Ray says fractions were too difficult for the people. Chris Way says he never finished grade school. I know. Stiffen says he's really too stupid to understand. Judge Kubota says he thinks he has some kind of a American privilege there. His sense of entitlement is unsurpassed. We are Americans. Americans don't give you any carte blanche in this country. What you did in your life, you flipped fucking waffles is what you did, Mantis. You flipped fucking waffles. Any monkey could be trained to flip waffles. And you're the biggest monkey on YouTube. You're right, Barry. I don't like you. I can't stand you. I can't stomach you. And I have to force myself sometimes to listen to your show. Because I can't stand your voice, your demeanor, your character, your whole fucking low-life behavior. You're horrible. You're a horrible person. You are so horrible to people, to animals, to society, to all your girlfriends you had. Why are you always bringing up your dick all the time? Ha ha! He laughs with a hillbilly laugh. Ha ha! With his hillbilly laugh. You're like fucking throwaway material, man. You are like throwaway garbage. You use women so horribly. And this poor girl. And as amazing as it sounds to say, although she put a complaint on me, I feel sorry for her. I don't know what keeps her with him. It's a mystery to all of us. There's something going down. Logically, heart-wise, and why would a woman want to be with this guy who possesses no fucking values at all? No accomplishments, horrible attitude, his language, his behavior, how he looks at sex, and just makes it a dirty thing. Sex is not a dirty thing, but he makes sex sound really ugly. You know, I couldn't spend time around this guy. Sex is not an ugly thing. it's hopefully something, an expression of somebody's love to somebody. Not as a dirty tool like you look at on porn. Let me get off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love your wet taco. Love your wet taco. No, it's her vagina, Barry. It's her vagina. It's not a wet taco. That's an insult even to her. That kind of puts her in some kind of a classification as a disposable condom or something. You know, wet taco. No, she doesn't have a wet taco, Barry. It's called a vagina. Okay? That's what it's called. And to even refer to her private parts as a fucking wet taco is so fucking low class. I don't talk that way. I don't talk that way to my girlfriend. I respect her too much. But apparently you don't have any respect for her at all. Understand with him, sex and abuse go together. Expat Forever says, birds of the same feather flock together, LOL. Chris Way says, it's crude. It is crude. I tell you what, I've been with some women that I wasn't interested in a long-term relationship. You know, overnight entertainment. I've been with plenty for that. But I was never rude and crude to them. I'd go, yo, hey, get your fucking pussy over here. I'll bet you wet taco. I was nice to them. I was courteous. I was respectful. Even if it was not the mate of my life that I was going to stay with and continue a relationship, when I was sowing my oats being single, I never treated a woman that way. Never. I didn't make her feel that she was trash, that all you are is a fucking orifice to stick my dick in. I was never like that with women, and I'm still not. If a woman is important enough to me, I'm going to respect her. But even if she isn't important enough to me, I'm still going to respect her. With you, it's wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And if you don't give me any money, I'll still take you, honey. I have expectations from you. And you're a woman and I'm a man and I should be controlling you. You're telling women that you're in the driver's seat. Did you ever have forceful sex with a woman? You know what? I wouldn't put that past you. You treat women like shit, like there's some kind of a tool for you. You have no respect for your girlfriend whatsoever. And we all hope that she wakes up out of her coma and sees the light of day, and how much time, precious time at her age, that she has wasted on a piece of garbage like you. It's sad. And even though she filed a complaint on me, which, by the way, we're working on, even though she did, I still could have a little compassion for her. It's not easy for me to say that, considering she has a complaint on me. I have some compassion for her of what she's going through being with him, or what she will face being with him, and how she's wasting her life. I could be a little bit compassionate with her. It's very hard to do that because she's got a complaint on me, which, you know, by the way, is probably not going to turn out very well for her as time goes by, and we'll see about that. I'm not happy about that, but I still feel sorry for the woman that she wound up with a man like him, and for whatever reason, I don't understand, but I guess it is what it is. It's unfortunate, though. She's going to get hurt from this. I understand about saving face, and I want to tell your friends how fucked up your boyfriend is. I know a white man is your trophy. I know it. I understand that. That just goes to say that's what the culture. We all know that. That's not a lie. We all know that. It's your trophy. And you don't want to let go of your trophy. And as you're aging, well, a lot of Filipinos think that I need to latch on to somebody because I'm not getting any younger. And foreigners, they kind of want the young ones. So I better hold on to this guy no matter what fault he has. It's better than having nothing. Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so let's see. There's an old video of what seemed like non-consensual activity. I've seen many crazy videos regarding him that weren't very kosher. Him dragging a woman in his kitchen out the door, and oh my God, I've seen it all. If he has this kind of anger, if he has this kind of temperament, what's going to happen to her? Let's say they were able to get together. Let's say he got his freedom or whatever. Let's just make believe. Create a scenario here. Poor girl. He's going to beat the shit out of her someday. And he's not going to be faithful to her. He's never been faithful for any woman he's been with. I told you what happened. That little constituent of mine whose girlfriend played a little trick on him on Tinder. And I didn't even organize this at all. I told you what happened on there while he was seeing Sheila. He kept on bugging this woman. Let's meet at J Mall, meet at J Mall. He kept on pushing and writing her and texting her. He was still on Tinder when he was dating Sheila. He was still looking around. He figures if I can get better than the girlfriend I have now, I'm going to go for it. Wild horses couldn't stop me. If I could get somebody better than what I had, better than that girlfriend he had, better than that one. If he could upscale himself and try to find the best looking woman that he can, he will dump whatever girlfriend he has at the time. What, he only had one girlfriend that was half decent. Was that Jenny? Was Jenny the one? And where did that go? And his own enemy on YouTube. Who was it? MJ the Flipper? He wound up getting sloppy seconds from Barry's girlfriend. Was it Jenny? Was it Jenny? Yeah, Stephen says Barry, that girl, when he was living with Jay, yeah, and said that's how you deal with it. That's how you deal with a woman? You drag her out by her hair out the door? You piece of fucking shit, Mr. fucking Barry Lee Jordan. I have no problem saying your name on here. None, because it's all factual. You are disgusting. You are a despicable fucking human. Drag somebody out by their hair. Tell them to pay their own bills. Not taking on the responsibility of a relationship financially in any other fucking way. That you want to leech off people. You want to sponge off people. Who the fuck do you think you are? The world owes you something. What do you know, goddamn, the world don't owe you shit. The world doesn't owe you shit. It's about time that you stand on your own fucking 2 feet and be a real man and take care of your own business without begging on YouTube. Nobody wants to give you fucking money. Nobody, because they might have felt sorry for you in the past, but they don't anymore. Because you attacked the very people that were trying to help you out. The very fucking people that were trying to help you out, you were attacking. The very people. And you're getting mad at them because they're not donating to you? Are you serious, man? Why would they want to? You're a louse on the fucking skin of society. You're a louse. There is no comparison. I would never want to be Frank, he says. You wish you could even be a fraction of who I am. You only wish. You only wish. You only wish you had the capacity to be even half the man I am. You don't possess the qualities to even be called human. Human. Oh, Larry was the sloppy second. Okay. But didn't MJ, remember he was interviewing, I think was it Jenny? He was interviewing Jenny? Something like that. Stefan says he's a caged animal. Animal? He is. You know, dude, if I saw you on the street and you were fucking starving and you were pleading with me to give you some food or to give you a fucking peso, I'd fucking kick you to the fucking curb. And I don't want to drag this on all morning, but I want to say that I heard his show, like other shows. I couldn't believe how he was abusing the very people that have donated to him in the past. Like, keeps on saying, fuck you all, fuck you all. Oh, yeah, you're going to get, there's no kindness going on in there, and you expect these people to be cooperative with you?